British High Commissioner to Nigeria. I've got a travel update for those of you who are British citizens here in Nigeria and anxious to get home. I've got 3 key points. My first is simply to apologise. I am genuinely sorry that this is taking longer than I would have liked and of course you would have liked. But I do have good news. The Central Charter programme that the Foreign Secretary announced last week is now coming to Nigeria. I can't give you the exact dates of the flights today, but I hope to be able to do that very shortly. My second key point is to remind you about eligibility for these flights. These are targeted at British citizens whose primary residence is in the UK, who are travellers to Nigeria and who have got stuck here. So if you're in that category and you haven't yet registered with us, please do so using the email address at the bottom of this video. I also want to stress that we'll be prioritising vulnerable people within that group. So by vulnerable, I mean, for example, somebody who may have an underlying medical condition which could make them vulnerable to contracting COVID-19. So if in that group and you haven't already registered, please do so. My third key message is just to give you a little bit of a sense of how these arrangements are going to work. We're working with a travel company called Central Travel Management, and they'll be responsible for the booking and ticketing system. And there'll be more information on this very soon. Flights will be going both from Lagos and from Abuja, and we're discussing with the federal and state governments to ensure that people can get to the airports despite the lockdown. And the final thing I want to say is about price. There will be a price for these tickets, but we're aiming to make them as affordable as possible. So those are my 3 key updates. We're working over Easter flat out to try and get these final arrangements nailed down. I'll be giving you regular updates. Thank you for listening and happy Easter.